Bill Maher, the ever-provocative comedian and political commentator, sat down with CNN's Fareed Zakaria for a wide-ranging interview. The topic on everyone's mind: the 2024 presidential election. Maher, known for his sharp wit and willingness to court controversy, didn't hold back. His appearance on CNN was significant. He commands a large and diverse audience, one that extends beyond the usual partisan echo chambers. His words carry weight, resonating with those who appreciate his blend of humor and hard-hitting analysis. The setting was somber, reflecting the gravity of the issues at hand. Zakaria, a respected journalist known for his thoughtful interviews, posed the question that has been lingering in the minds of many Americans: could Donald Trump actually return to the White House? Maher's response was both measured and alarming. He didn't mince words, stating unequivocally that a Trump victory in 2024 was a very real possibility. Maher's warning was not rooted in partisan bias, but in a sober assessment of the political landscape. He pointed to a number of factors that could pave the way for Trump's return. Among them, the deep political divisions that continue to plague the nation. Maher argued that America remains a deeply polarized country, with two increasingly entrenched sides. This polarization, he suggested, creates fertile ground for a figure like Trump, who thrives on division and grievance. Maher also expressed concern about the erosion of trust in democratic institutions. He noted that Trump's relentless attacks on the media, the judiciary, and the electoral process have taken a toll, undermining faith in the very foundations of American democracy. Furthermore, Maher warned against underestimating Trump's enduring appeal among a significant segment of the population. He argued that Trump's base remains loyal and energized, motivated by a mix of economic anxiety, cultural resentment, and a yearning for a return to a perceived past greatness. The implications of a Trump victory in 2024, as outlined by Maher, are far-reaching and deeply unsettling. They paint a picture of an America even more divided, more dysfunctional, and more isolated from the rest of the world. Maher suggested that a second Trump term would exacerbate existing divisions, pushing Americans further into their respective corners. He envisioned a country where political discourse is replaced by venomous rhetoric, and where compromise and consensus become distant memories. Moreover, Maher expressed concern that a Trump victory would embolden authoritarian leaders around the world. He argued that Trump's disdain for democratic norms and his cozy relationships with dictators have weakened America's standing as a beacon of freedom and democracy. Maher also warned of the potential damage to America's global reputation. He suggested that a Trump victory would signal to the world that America is no longer a reliable partner, undermining its ability to lead on issues of global importance. Maher's most chilling warning, however, concerned the long-term impact of a Trump victory on American democracy itself. He argued that Trump's disregard for democratic norms and his willingness to subvert the rule of law represent a grave threat to the very foundations of American governance. Maher suggested that a second Trump term could erode democratic norms to such an extent that they become irreparable. He pointed to Trump's attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 election as evidence of his willingness to undermine democracy for personal gain. Maher also expressed concern about the Republican Party's embrace of Trumpism. He argued that the party's willingness to tolerate Trump's excesses and to embrace his brand of politics has normalized behavior that was once considered beyond the pale. Maher's warning, therefore, extends beyond Trump himself. He is sounding the alarm about a broader erosion of democratic values and institutions, a slow but steady slide towards illiberalism that could have far-reaching consequences. Section 5, Public Reaction, a mix of anxiety and apathy. Maher's comments ignited a firestorm of reactions. Social media exploded with a mix of anxiety, anger, and resignation. Some praised Maher for speaking truth to power, while others accused him of fear-mongering and hyperbole. Many viewers expressed deep concern about the state of American democracy. They shared Maher's anxieties about Trump's potential return and the implications for the country's future. The interview served as a stark reminder of the fragility of democratic institutions and the importance of safeguarding them. However, there was also a sense of fatigue and resignation among some segments of the population. Years of political turmoil, economic uncertainty, and social division have taken their toll. Some viewers expressed expressed a sense of helplessness, feeling overwhelmed by the seemingly insurmountable challenges facing the nation. The mixed reactions to Maher's interview underscore the deep divisions that continue to plague American society. They also highlight the challenges facing those who seek to defend democratic values and institutions in an era of polarization and misinformation. Section 6. The Republican Party, a House Divided. Maher's comments also sparked debate about the future of the Republican Party. Some argued that the party is now firmly in the grip of Trumpism, with little room for dissent or moderation. They pointed to the Republican Party's continued loyalty to Trump, even after the events of January 6th, as evidence of his enduring hold on the party. Others, however, maintained that the Republican Party is more divided than it appears. They pointed to the growing number of Republicans who are critical of Trump and who are seeking to chart a different course for the party. They argued that the Republican Party is at a crossroads, facing a choice between embracing Trumpism or forging a new identity. The debate within the Republican Party is significant because it will shape the future of American politics. If Trumpism continues to hold sway, it is likely to lead to further polarization and gridlock. However, if a more moderate faction within the Republican Party can gain control, it could create an opening for more constructive dialogue and compromise. Maher's interview, therefore, served as a reminder of the stakes involved in the 2024 election. It is not just about choosing a president, it is about choosing the direction of the country and the future of American democracy. Section 7. Biden's Challenge, a battle for the soul of America. The weight of Maher's warning falls heavily on the shoulders of President Joe Biden. As the leader of the Democratic Party and the incumbent president, Biden faces the daunting task of uniting a deeply divided nation and restoring faith in American democracy. Maher's comments suggest that Biden's task is nothing short of a battle for the soul of America. He must convince Americans that democracy is worth fighting for, that the country is stronger when it is united, and that the future is brighter when it is grounded in hope, not fear. Biden's challenge is compounded by the fact that he is facing a Republican Party that is increasingly hostile to his agenda. The Republican Party's control of the House of Representatives gives them significant leverage to obstruct Biden's legislative priorities, making it difficult for him to deliver on his promises of unity and progress. Despite these challenges, Biden has repeatedly expressed his belief in the resilience of American democracy. He has argued that the country has faced difficult times before and has always emerged stronger. Whether he can convince a weary and divided nation to share his optimism remains to be seen. Section 8. The Global Stage, America's Waning Influence. The implications of Maher's warning extend far beyond America's borders. A second Trump presidency would likely have profound consequences for the global order, potentially leading to further instability and uncertainty. Maher's comments suggest that a Trump victory would be met with alarm by America's allies and with glee by its adversaries. Trump's America First foreign policy, characterized by its unpredictability and disdain for multilateralism, has already strained relationships with key allies and emboldened authoritarian regimes. A second Trump term could further erode America's global standing, undermining its ability to lead on issues such as climate change, nuclear proliferation, and global trade. It could also embolden authoritarian leaders around the world who see in Trump's brand of populism a model for their own ambitions. Maher's warning, therefore, serves as a reminder that America's domestic politics have global implications. The choices Americans make in the 2024 election will have consequences not just for the future of their own country, but for the future of the world. Section 9. The Future of Democracy, a Crossroads Moment. Bill Maher's stark predictions about the 2024 election serve as a sobering wake-up call. They remind us that democracy is not a spectator sport. It requires active participation, vigilance, and a willingness to defend its core principles. Maher's comments highlight the fragility of democratic institutions and the ease with which they can be eroded. They also underscore the importance of informed citizenship, critical thinking, and a shared commitment to the common good. The 2024 election is shaping up to be a pivotal moment in American history. It is a moment of reckoning, a time to decide what kind of country America wants to be. Will it choose the path of division, anger, and authoritarianism? Or will it choose the path of unity, hope, and democratic renewal? The answer to that question lies in the hands of the American people. It is up to them to decide whether they will heed Maher's warning and take action to protect the future of their democracy. The stakes have never been higher.